Hello, welcome to this lesson where we want to look at the full paper GCE 2017. So let us look at question 1A. Copy, the question is there. Copy it. Okay. Okay, so as you have seen the question, we need to find, given that K is given by this matrix, find the value of, find the determinant of K. Find the determinant of K, that is the first matrix. So how do we find the determinant of K? That is what we want to establish. So, determinant of K is equals to, we need to find the product of these two elements in the major diagonal, which is 10 multiplied by negative 2 minus 11 multiplied by that. So what do we get here? We get negative 20 minus negative 11. So this expression is going to give us 20 plus 22. And we are going to end up with 2. So 2 is our determinant there. Okay? 2 is our determinant. Then the next question, if you notice, is find the inverse of K. How do we find the inverse of K? So to find the inverse of the matrix, like K inverse is equal to 1 over the determinant multiplied by the adjoint of this matrix A. So 1 over the determinant, what is our determinant? 2 multiplied by the adjoint. What is the adjoint? These elements in the major diagonal, they are supposed to switch positions. So we have negative 2 and 10 here. Then these ones in the trailing diagonal or minor diagonal, they will change their signs, or you multiply them by negative 1. So this is going to be negative 11 and 2. This is what is going to be our answer. Okay? This is what is going to be our answer. Then from this point, if you want, you can distribute this. Okay? You can distribute the inverse, where you're going to get negative 2 over 2 and 2 over 2, negative 11 over 2 and 10 over 2. Then this is going to simplify as negative 1, 1 here, 5 and negative 11 over 2. Right. So even this could be our answer. But even at this point, you cannot be penalized. Okay. So let us move on to the next question. Okay. Which is A, B. So A, B is our next question. Okay. Okay, so we are coming to B. Look at question B there. Solve the equation. 3z squared is equals to 7z minus 1, giving your answer correct to 2 decimal points. Okay. So we have it there on the board. Okay. So what are we supposed to do? What we are supposed to do here is to rewrite this, okay? To rewrite this equation in this form. Okay, that's what we are supposed to do. So we are going to have 3z squared minus 7z plus 1 is equals to 0. After we have done this, the next step that we are supposed to take is to introduce the formula. The formula is always given to us in the exam, okay? And this is the formula. Okay? Over 2a. And then, this look at this standard quadratic equation. So from our equation, we need to identify A, B, and C. What is our A? Our A is 3, our B is -7, and our C is 1. Okay? So after we have done this, it is the question of us now bringing this into the formula. That's all. We bring this into the formula. So we have, look at our B. Our B is a minus. So, because this is a minus or a negative, and on the formula we have a minus, therefore, we are going to have this minus and this minus will give us a positive. So we're going to have 7 minus a plus. We go on. What do we get here? Again, 7 squared minus 4 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 1 over 2 multiplied by 3, which is our A. I hope you are able to see these things, okay? Then we continue now here to say Z is equals to X, okay? And this is going to be equals to 49 minus 12, okay? Over 6, okay? That's what we're supposed to get. Then we proceed here. We're going to have 7 plus or minus, okay, is equals to 37 over 6. Then at this point, we can use our calculator, okay? At this point, we can use our calculator. And this is how we are supposed to use our calculator. The first one, as you can see here, we have got 2 signs. So the first one, we can say 7 plus the square root of 37 equals, you do 7 plus the square root of this equals, then you divide by 6. Then we say divided by 6. What do you get? We're going to get 2.8. Remember, we were told that we are supposed to write our answers correct to what? 2 decimal places. So the first one, Z will be equals to 2.18. Okay, 2.18. This will be the first value of Z. Then the second one, we need to use minus here now. So we have 7 minus the square root of 37 equals, then we divide by 6 again. Divided by 6 equals, what are we getting? So the second value of Z will be equals to 0.15 when we write to 2 decimal when we write 2 decimal places. Okay, so we can move on to the other question. Okay, so let's copy question 2. Let's copy question 2 here. It has got 2 parts. Okay, let's copy question 2 in full. Okay, let's copy question 2. Right. So question 2A is on the board. Okay? Question 2A is on the board. So how are we supposed to simplify? So such kind of fractions, the way that we are supposed to simplify them, you first factorize. Okay? Then you'll be able to identify the common factor. So when you look at what we have there on the numerator, we can factorize that expression using a difference of 2 squares. Okay? We can factorize this one using a difference of 2 squares. We're going to say n squared minus 1 squared. How do we factorize this one? M is common. You have m minus 1. Okay? Then we proceed and say, how do we deal with this one? How do we deal with this one? to factorize this one as m plus 1, m minus 1 over m minus 1. Then this and this are the same. So we have m plus 1 over m. So this is what is going to be our answer. Okay? This is what is going to be our answer. Now, from this point, I need to take you to the other question. Okay? I need to take you to the other question, which I already gave you and said, now we are coming to question 2b. Okay? Which was only a GP. Okay? Which is on a GP. So, I don't know if you want me to show you this question again. I hope you copied it down. Okay? So, we are told that the first three terms of a GP, are 6 plus n, 10 plus n, and 15 plus n. Then find the value of n, okay? Find the value of n, that's what we are looking at. So, to find the value of n here, we need to use an expression for the ratios, okay? I mean for the common ratios. So we know that to find the common ratio, we always say second term divided by first term, okay? So we can also say this is the same as third term divided by the second term, okay? So these are the expressions that we can use here to find the values of what? To find the values of or the value of n. So the second term, the first term, and the third term. So the second term is 10 plus n over 6 plus n. This is equals to 15 plus n over 10 plus n. Okay, so at this point now, we need to cross multiply. We cross multiply. So that will mean 10 plus n multiplied by 10 plus n. Then we say 6 plus n multiplied by 15 plus n. Okay? Then we work out with these expressions now. We work out with this expression. Okay? So what do we get here? We have 100 plus 10 multiplied by 10, 100. 10 multiplied by 10n plus, this is also going to be 10n. n multiplied by n is n squared. This is equals to 6 multiplied by, we get 90. 6n plus 15n plus n squared. Okay. So from this point now, we can go further and say 100 plus 20n plus n squared. Okay? This is equals to 90. What do we get here? Plus 21n plus n squared. Okay? Are we together? Then at this point now, we need to put the like terms together. We need to put the like terms together. Now, this one, if this one goes the other side, it will be minus, so it will be like n squared minus n squared. Even if it's this one which is coming the other side, okay? It will be the same thing. So, we can say this and this one must go, okay? So, we are remaining with this one and the other one. So these ones we can put them like the like terms. So we can have 20n minus 21n is equal to 90, which is this one here. Then we take this one the other side here, which will be minus 100. So meaning from there, we're going to have minus n is equals to minus 10. So you divide here by the coefficient -1, by the coefficient -1, So this will be n is equals to positive 10. So the value of n is positive 10. That is the value of n. So now we need to move on to the next part. Okay? We need to move on to the next question, which is the common ratio. Okay? We need to move on to the next part, which is the common ratio. I hope you are able to see it. Here is the question once more. Okay? Here is the question once more. Okay. So we find the common ratio. Okay? So 2b Roman numeral number 2, which is talking about the common ratio, which is r. So r is the second term divided by the first term, which is the same as, it can still be third term over second term. Okay? So now, take note that our second term is what? 10 plus n over 6 plus n. So what is our n now? Our n is 10, isn't it? So we have 10 plus 10 over 6 plus 10. This gives us 20 over 16. And this can be simplified as what? 5 over 4. We can take this one as our r, okay? We can take this one as our r, which is common ratio. Or you can divide. If you divide, I think you're going to get 1. This one. I think that is what we're going to get. Okay. We can use our calculators here. Then the other question is the sum of the first 6 terms of this sequence. The sum of the first 6 terms of this sequence. Okay. So in this case, what we are supposed to use is when r is greater than 1, we can use this formula. The sum n. Okay. So what is our first term? Our first term here is 6 plus n. So what is our n? Our n is 10. So our first term is 16. So that is our 16. Then here we have r, which is 1.25. Here we are talking about the sum of the first 6 terms. So the sum of the first 6 terms. So we have 6 minus 1 over 1.251. Then at this point now, we can allow our calculator to do the job. We can allow our calculator to do the job. So we have 16. Let's see what is in the brackets. 1.25 raised to the power 6. Okay? Minus 1.25 the power 6 minus 1. What are we getting? This is giving us something like 2.81. Okay? 2.81 over, here we have, I think this is going to give us 0.25 when you subtract here. Then we can use our calculator now. We can use our calculators to divide. So the first thing that you're supposed to do is to multiply these two and divide. So you say 16 multiplied by 2.81, then divided by 0.25. Okay, so this is going to give us, when you round it, it will give us Okay, so when you round off this to 3, okay, to 3 significant figures, we end up having this one. Okay, that is what we are going to get. So I think that brings us to the end of question 2. So we go to question 3. We go to question 3. Oh, so question 3A, that's the question we are looking at. Copy this question, pause the video and copy it. Okay. Pause the video and copy the question. Okay, so the question reads, in a box of 10 bulbs, 3 are 40. If 2 bulbs are drawn at random, one after the other, find the probability that both are good. Okay, so in this bulb where we have 10 bulbs, we are told that 3 are 40, then 7 are good. Now we are told that if 2 bulbs are drawn at random, find the probability that both of them are what? Are good. So what are we supposed to do? That is Roman number 1. The probability of both of them being good. Okay. So what is the probability of us, the first thing, of drawing a good bulb here? It is 7 over 10. Okay? Then, if we have removed one good bulb, it means the number of good bulbs have reduced from 7 to 6, and also the total number in the box have reduced from 10 to 9. This is where we are. So what is the probability that the second bulb also to be drawn will be good? So it will be 6 over 9. Then we can say 7 over 10 multiplied by, this is what? 2 here, and then here we have what? 3. I'm simplifying 3 here, just want to avoid big values. Okay. Then again we can say here 1, here 5. So what do we get? We are going to get 7 over 15, isn't it? 7 over 15 is the answer to the first question. Then what is the second question? Find the probability that one is 40 and the other is good. Find the probability that one is 40 and the other is good. Okay? So meaning, we can have a probability where one is good and the other one is 40. Or we can also have a probability where the first one is 40, then the second one is good. So if we look at this one here, what is the probability of the first bulb being good? Now it's like we are going back to where we were. They are 10. These are 7. So the probability of us getting a good bulb is 7 over 10. Then what is the probability of picking the second one? Is a 40 bulb. If the first one that was picked is a good bulb, it means the total number of bulbs in the box have reduced from 10 to 9. But since the first one is good, the 40 bulbs are still at 3. So we have 3 over 9 here. Plus, here, this assumption is completely erased. This is independent from this one. So we are saying, what is the probability that the first one that is picked is 40? Like now we are here. So it will be 3 over 10. This will be 3 over 10. What is the probability that the second one is going to be a good one? The good ones are still at what? 7. So it will be 7 over 9. So this is where we are. This is where we are. So all what we are supposed to do here is to simplify this. This is what? This is 7 over 10 multiplied by 1 over 3. Okay? Plus, what are we having in this case? Also here, we are going to have this one 1, this one 3. Okay? That is what we're going to get, isn't it? So this is 1 over 10 multiplied by 7 over, what did we get? 3. Okay? So this is going to give us 7 over 30 plus 7 over 30. And this gives us 14 over 30. And then this one simplifies to 7 over 15. Okay? So these are the answers to question A of number 3. So I'm supposed to take you to B, which is on sets. Okay? That is where we are. Let me show you question 3. Okay? Okay, so this is B of question 3. This is B of question 3. Let's copy it. This is B of question 3. Okay? This is B of question 3. I hope you have gotten the whole question. This is B of question 3. Okay? Okay, so the question reads, the Venn diagram below shows tourist attractions visited by students in a certain week. So this is Victoria Falls, Mambirima Falls, and the Gonya Falls. Find the value of y if 7 students visited Mambirima Falls only. If 7 students visited Mambirima Falls only. So, for instance, these 6 visited Victoria Falls only. These 8 visited Gonya Falls only. This one, 2y plus 1. These ones visited what? Mambirima Falls only. So this is what we are supposed to equate to 7. 2y is equals to 6. Where is the 6 coming from? This one has gone this side, minus 1. Okay? Then you divide by 2, you divide by 2. Y is equals to 3. Okay? Y is equals to 3. So then, if y is equals to 3, take note now. Here, the actual number is what? 7. Right? So we have found the value of y. The next question now is Roman numeral 2a. How many students visited Victoria Falls but not Gonya Falls? How many students visited Victoria Falls? They visited Victoria Falls but not Gonya Falls. So we are saying Victoria Falls but not this one. Okay? In set notation. Those that visited Victoria Falls but not Gonya Falls. So it's these ones here. The 8. Okay? So it's 8. These ones, they visited Victoria Falls, but they have nothing to do with this other part. Okay? That is our answer there. And those that visited 2 tourist attractions only. 2 tourist attractions only. This is this one? What's the question? This is the one here. Okay. So it's 2, 1, and 4. So this is going to be 7. You add these ones. Okay. That is our answer. Then C. How many students visited 1 tourist attraction only? 1 tourist attraction only. So it's 7 plus 6 plus 8. Okay? So this and this one, you see? What are we getting? This gives us 15. Plus this one, we're going to get 21. Okay? We're going to get what? 21. Right? So these are the answers that we are supposed to find to this question. And at this point, we are going to question 4. I'm taking you to question 4. Okay. So, question 4a, express 3 over 5x minus 2 minus 2 over x plus 3 as a single fraction. So we need to express this as a single fraction. So what are we supposed to do? The first thing is we are supposed to find the lowest common multiple, which is going to be 5 minus 2 x plus 3 over. Okay? So when we begin to push these factors into this one, okay, it is as good as us saying 5, 3 here multiplied by this, because this one will cancel with this one, then minus 2 multiplied by 5 minus 2. Okay. When you divide this factor into this one, this and that will also remain with this one. Then we go on, so this is going to be 5x plus 15. Okay? That's what we're going to get, isn't it? 5x. Oh, this is 3 here. Take note. This is supposed to be 3. Oh, yes. Then, okay. This is what. Let me look at the question. Okay, I think that is the way it is. Okay, this is 3, not 5. So then we say this is 3x, okay, plus 9 minus 10x plus 4 over 5x minus 2x plus 3. So what do we get there? This gives us 3x plus or minus 10x plus 9 plus 4. So we put the like terms together here. 5x minus 2x plus 3. Okay. So 3x minus 10x, this gives us negative 7x plus, what do we get here? 13 over 5x minus 2 x plus 3. Okay? This is what is going to be our answer. This is what is going to be our answer. And the second one is evaluate. We need to find the evaluate of this one. These are definite integrals. So the first thing that we are supposed to do is to integrate this one here. Okay? So how do we integrate? We are going to say 3x 2 plus 1. This we divide it here also, 2 plus 1 plus 2x to the power 0 plus 1, 0. Okay. So then here we have 5, upper limit, and 2. So this is going to give us what? 3x to the power 3 over 3 plus 2x to the power 1 over 1. And this is going to give us now okay. Don't forget these must be there. Now at this point, I'm sure you know that to get the actual area, so we are supposed now to, the first thing is where there is x, we introduce a 5. So we're going to have like 5 cubed plus 2, then here we bring what? 5, okay? Then minus, again we repeat the same process now. Where is this? What are we putting? 1, which is the lower limit. So it's going to be 1 plus, okay. So here what are we going to get? What are we getting here? This gives us 125 plus 10. Okay? Plus 10. And this other side, what are we going to get? This is 1 plus, I think this will be 3. Okay? This is 10. Then we're going to have 135 minus 3. What do we get? We get 132. Are we supposed to get 132? Let's see. What are, oh, okay. Take note, this is supposed to be 2 here. This is supposed to be 2. Okay. So this is supposed to be 2 here. This is supposed to be 2. Then this is 3 here. Okay. So take note of that. So this is supposed to be 8. 8 plus 8 plus 4, this will give us 12. Okay. 8 plus 4, this is going to give us 12. Okay. This is going to give us 12. So when we subtract 12 from this one, what do we get? We're going to get 123 units squared. 123 units squared. Please make sure that you follow these words and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. As we have come to a conclusion of question 4, now we are going to question 5. Okay? Come with me, question 5, which is construction. Okay? Okay, so we come to question 5. Okay? Question 5, we shall be looking at construction. So we can read the question together. Question A, Roman numeral 1 says construct triangle PQR in which PQ is 9 centimeters. Angle PQR is 60 degrees and QR is 10 centimeters. Measure and write the length of PR. So let's deal with A first. Okay, let's deal with A. So we are told that we need to construct triangle PQR. Okay, PQ and the R. Okay, then we've been told that PQ, okay, PQ is what? It's 9 centimeters. Are we together? Then the angle PQR is what? 60 degrees. Are we together? Then QR is 10 centimeters. Okay. Then we are supposed to measure this PR. So this is our sketch. This is our sketch. This one. It's our sketch. I mean, this is not the final answer. So to come up with the final answer now, we need to come down here and use this information. Okay. So I told that the first one here, okay, is 9 centimeters. So let's measure 9 centimeters. So from here, this is going to be our 9 centimeters from here up to this one. Okay, so this is our P and the Q. Then the information that we've been given is telling us this angle here, the angle here must be what? The angle here must be 60 degrees. So we also have to measure this angle. Okay, we have to measure this angle here, 60 degrees. So we start counting from there up to here. This is 60 degrees. I hope you've seen that. And then the next thing that we are supposed to do, again, we've been told that from Q, to R, it's supposed to be what? 10 centimeters. It's supposed to be 10 centimeters. So we are going to get our ruler and get 10 centimeters using a compass. So we are going to have we use a compass up to 10. This is where we are. Okay. So this is our 10 centimeters. So I'm going to draw now this. Okay. Take note, this is my 10 centimeters here. So I'll draw my 10 centimeters here. Okay. So now we are supposed to measure from this angle. We need to draw a line that passes through. From Q, we need to draw the line that passes through this point, which is 60 degrees, until we touch the arc there. Okay, until we touch that arc. So this is how it's supposed to be until we come to this part, this one that we've constructed. Then this will mean that for the other side, we are just going to join. We are just going to join this other side. That is why we've been told to even measure it, okay, to determine the accuracy. So we can measure this side. We start from there, 0. So this is going to be something like 9.4 centimeters, okay. That is from these measurements that I got, okay. This is what we have done. So we have done this part, okay. So if you want, we can actually write here our A, Roman numeral 2. We said PR is equals to 9.4 centimeters. This is what we got. Then now we go to B. I hope you are seeing B. B says, on your diagram, draw the locus of points within triangle PQR, which are 3 centimeters from PQ. 3 centimeters from PQ. So PQ is this line here. So we need to draw a parallel line that is 3 centimeters away from PQ. Okay? So this is what we are going to do. There are 2 methods that we can use, but maybe this other one is more mathematical. So we can get 3 centimeters here. Okay, so this is our 3 centimeters. Okay, so this is my 3 centimeters. So now I'm going to measure from this point. I'll do an arc like this. Okay, this is 3 centimeters. I also come and do the same thing at this point. Okay, also come and do the same point at this point. Then from here, we now draw a straight line that is going to touch the upper part of these 2 arcs. Okay, from this one, remember these are just there to guide us, but the arc, the line that we're going to draw, should be just within the outside. You can maybe just extend it. It's not supposed to be there. We want it just within the triangle. Okay, so take note again that this is our B1. Okay, here. Then the next thing that we're supposed to do is 7 centimeters from R. 7 centimeters from R. So again, we go back to our ruler using a compass. We go back to our ruler here. We get 7 centimeters. So from here to this point, this is 7 centimeters. Okay. So now we need 7 centimeters from R. Now take note that our R is this point here. Our R is this point here. So it will mean that this is my 7 centimeters. Take note. This is my 7 centimeters. So I'm going to put my 7 centimeters here from R, then draw. Remember, this must be, I hope you have seen this part. So this is B what? This is B2. Okay. So this is 7 centimeters from R. This one. 7 centimeters from R. Okay. So then what's the next one? Equidistant from P and R. Equidistant from P and R. Okay. So what this means is that we need to draw, we need to bisect this line P R. We need to bisect this line. That is what that means. Okay, we need to bisect this line. That is what that means. Okay, that is what that means. So we have to bisect this line. So let's see how it's going to go. Let's see how it's going to go. So to bisect PR, we need to have our compass here and then look at the distance that is more than half. Okay, that is more than half. Okay, so for instance, this is more than half. So we can now say, okay, let's see, we can draw an arc this side. I hope we're able to see this arc. Okay, then we also draw the same arc the other side here. Okay, are we there? Then we shift. Don't adjust the compass. You come now this side. Again, you do the same thing. An arc here and another arc here. Now, I hope you have noticed that our arcs are cutting at these points. There's this point here. Okay, there's this point here, and another one is this side. So now we need to join these ones. Okay, but remember that the line that we are drawing is supposed to be just inside here. So we draw the line up to this point. Going outside, it can just be a dotted line because we don't want this part. Don't want this part here. Okay. So this is going to be our B3. This is going to be our B3 here. Okay. So take note. Now, we have this one that we did, which is 3 centimeters from what? From P Q. Then there's this other one, this one. We are seeing this one. This one which we did, this is 7 centimeters from R. Then another one, this one which is equidistant. So then we move on to the next question. So we're going to question C now. When you read question C, it says a point M within triangle PQR is such that it is nearer to R than P. So now, at this point, it's referring to this one, this locus. Nearer to what? R than P. Meaning, using this point or this locus that we drew here, it is trying to say it's on this side which is towards R, using this one. So it is this side, not below. That is very clear there. Then less than or equal to 7 centimeters from R. Less than or equal to 7 centimeters from R. Take note, this line here, this one, this locus here, this is the one that is 7 centimeters from R. So what they mean by equal to or less than, so it's from this side, we'll be going towards R. Okay, that is what that means. So meaning this part that is down here has been ruled out. And then less than or equal to 3 centimeters from PQ. This line is 3 centimeters from PQ. So less than, it means we are looking at the region that is below. So for this one, we said it's supposed to be this side. Then for the other one, 7 centimeters or less going this side. So the region that we are talking about here, the region that we are talking about, okay, the region that we are talking about is this one. This is the region that we are talking about, this one. Okay, so this is where our letter M must lie. Okay, this is where our letter M must lie. So this brings us to the end of question 5. Therefore, we need to move to question 6. Okay. So question 6a is vectors, and it reads as follows. In the diagram below, OABC is a parallelogram in which OA is equal to A and AB is equal to B. OB and AC intersect at D. E is the midpoint of CD. E is the midpoint of CD. E, it's the midpoint of CD. Okay? Now, please, let's take note here. E is the midpoint of CD. Okay? Now, also you need to know that you have to note one thing here. Even CD, okay? CD, it's from this point up to this one. CD is also like half or a midpoint of CA, if you like. Here. Okay? I hope you're following that. So now we come to the first part. The first question is telling us to express in terms of, we're supposed to express in terms of A and D or B. OB. Okay? Now, OB, you can clearly see that we want to move from O to B. Okay? So we can take this route or this one, or we can also take this route and this one. One and the same thing. Because since this is a parallelogram, this is also 2B, this is also A. Okay, so in short, we can say 6 Roman numeral 1, which is OP. This is equals to OA plus AB. And this is going to give us our OA, as you can clearly see, it's A plus our AB, you can also see it's 2B. This is what we are seeing. Okay. So, OE. Okay. Now, our OE here can be, I want us to look at it in this way. Our OE, our OE, our OE, OE, our OE can be OC, okay, then plus CE, okay. Now, I want you to look at
CE. Now, we are saying E is the midpoint of, so what we are saying is going to be like OC plus 1 over 2 of CD. Okay? Okay. So, then, now, if you remember, I did indicate when we started that CD, which is this part, okay? CD is also CD. It is also half of CA. CD, it's also half of CA. So first, let's find our CA. Our CA. What is our CA? Which is half of CD. So maybe I can do so here we can further say CD is equals to half of CA. And then, what is our CA? CA. So this will be going like CO, which is what? Minus 2B plus A. Okay? That is what we're going to have. This is our what? This is our CD. Okay? This is our CD. Now, I want you to know also further that CE, which we need in this expression, it is half of CD. It is half of this one, half of this whole thing. So I'm going to bring this. So now we are going to half of this one, which is this part. Okay? So we can go on and say, okay, this is going to be minus 2 and 2. Sorry. This is going to be, when you expand this is going to be minus 2B over 2, then minus or plus 1 over A. This is what we're going to get here. I hope this is clear. So this, when you simplify this part, it will end up giving us minus B, then plus 1 over A. What is this? This is our CD. Take note of that. I don't want to lose you. Okay. So now, if this is our CD, so we'll come back here now and say our OC is 2B plus 1 over 2 of CD. Now, the CD that we got is this one here, which is minus B, okay, plus 1 over 2, 1 over 2A, okay? This is what we... All right, so we need now to go on and work out our OE. So this is going to give us 2B minus 1 over 2B and plus 1 over 4A. Okay? This is what we're going to get, isn't it? Then at this point, we need to work out these alike terms. So how do we work this? If you want, we can put this and we say 1 into 2 is 2. 2 multiplied by 2B sorry, 4b minus 2 into 2 is 1, so it will be minus b plus 1 over. When you simplify this one, it will give you what? 3b over 2 plus 1 over 4a. Okay? This is what we are going to get here. This is what we are going to get here. This is what we are going to get. Okay? As our answer. Then we have another part. And the last one is what? CD. I think from where we are here, if you remember, I worked out the CD part. So it's already done here. CD is this part here. Okay? Which is the same as 1 over 2 minus 2b plus a. Or you can say 1 over 2 a minus 2b. You can write it either this way or this way. So I think this I had already worked it there, so you don't have a problem there. So we can move on to 6b. Okay, so we come to 6b. The program below is given in the form of a flowchart. Okay, so here's the flowchart as we can see it. Then we have a question. Write a pseudocode corresponding to the flowchart program above. Okay, write the flowchart corresponding to the flowchart above. So how do we write the pseudocode, and what is a pseudocode? Okay, so this is what we want to see how we can do it. So in this case, we're going to start the first one. Okay, we have the word here, start. So just writing this thing as it is. And the second one, what do we have? Enter. What do we have to enter? A, R. Then look at this, we have a decision here. Okay, we have a decision here. So we need to say, if R is less than 1. If R is less than 1. Okay? Then we can proceed with this, isn't it? Because yes is this side. So we need to proceed. Then we can say the sum to infinite. Okay, the sum to infinite is equals to a over 1 minus, okay, and then we say, what's the next thing after that? We display the sum to infinite. You can write this in full here. We display the sum to infinite. Okay, display the sum to infinite. Okay, then from here, when this has been displayed, we need to stop. That is the next C. So it's like it comes together with this part, because the else part, if we did not come this side, the else part, it would mean when you look at else, it's leading us to what? To stop. Okay, so this could come together with the other part, which is the last part that talks about stopping here. Okay, so then this would mean we need to display the sum to infinite and then we stop. Okay, of course here we could have said end if. Okay, here we could have said end if. It's important to do that, end if, before we come to this one. Okay, so this is basically what we are supposed to do, unless otherwise this is our answer. Okay, you can do more research Let's go to question 7, which is transformation. Okay, so we are on question 7, which is on transformation. Okay, so answer the whole of this question on a sheet of graph paper. Okay, using a scale of 1 centimeter to represent 1 unit on each axis. Draw x and y axis for -6 to 10, that is for x, as well as -6 up to 12 for y. Question A. The quadrilateral ABCD has the vertices A 1, 2, B 2, 1, C 3, 2, and D 2, 3. Quadrilateral A1, B1, C1, D1 has the vertices A1 3, 2, B1 6, 1, C1 9, 2, and D1 6, 3. Draw and label quadrilaterals ABCD and A1, B1, C1, D1. Okay, so let's start with that. Let us start with that. This is what we are supposed to do. This is what we are supposed to do. Okay. 1 centimeter, 1 unit. From -6 up to 12. Also from -6 up to 12. Okay. So let's start with A. It's what? 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. This point, this is where our A must be. Now our B is 2, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1. This point here. 2, 1. Then our C is 3, 2. Our C 3, 2 here. And then our D is 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. This one here. Okay. This is our D. So A, B, C, D. Okay. So this is what we are supposed to have. So we can join. Okay, so remember, this is our A, B, C, D. Okay, so the next question is, again, we plot the other quadrilateral. A1 is 3, 2. Okay, 3, 2. So it means it has to come here. It has to come here. Okay, so take note here. We have C. So maybe, let me put my C here. Okay. Now, A1 again has the same point, which is 3, 2. It's the same point. And the second one, which is B1, is 6, 1. 6, 1. This point. This is our B here. This is our B1. Then our C1 is 9, 2. Our C1 is 9,2. C1. And our D1 is 6,3. 6,3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here. 6,3. This is where our D1 is. Okay. This is where our D1 is. And our A1 is here. So again, we have to join. Okay. Okay, so this is what we're going to have. This is what we are going to have. Okay, so we've done that, and we have our 2 marks. Then B now. Okay, so this is question 7. Or question 7. A1, you can say refer to the quadrilaterals here. Then 2, describe a single transformation which maps quadrilateral A, B, C, D onto quadrilateral A1, B1, C1, and D1. So what is this transformation here that is involved that maps this onto this one? Okay, so this part, it was pulled. Okay, it was pulled. Okay, going to the right, and this is perpendicular to which line? The y-axis. Okay, this is perpendicular to the y-axis. All right, so this is a stretch. Okay, this is going to be a stretch, and the invariant line is the y-axis against which it is put in perpendicular, the y-axis. Then what we need just to do is to find the stretch factor. Okay, so how do we find the stretch factor? I can expose you to this formula here. This is the formula that we use to find the stretch factor. Stretch factor K is equals to distance from the image to the invariant line. Distance from the image to the invariant line over distance from the object to the invariant line. Okay, so in our case here, our K is equals to distance from the image to the invariant line. Let's pick A. The A1 from the invariant line, which is Y. This is 3, isn't it? So we're going to say 3 divided by the distance now from the invariant line to the image to the object. This is 1. Let's see, 1. So this is what are we going to get? We're going to get 3. So we're supposed to say this is a stretch. Okay, a stretch, and then the invariant line. Okay, the invariant line here, we're supposed to say y axis, or you can say x is equals to 0. Then our stretch factor is 3. Our stretch factor is 3. And so if you look at our question, A has been done. So we need to go to B. Okay, we need to go to B. So if you read our B is saying this matrix 1 0 3 1 maps quadrilateral ABCD onto A2 B2 C2 D2. So find the coordinates. So we need to multiply this matrix with the coordinates of what? Quadrilateral ABCD. So for A we have 1 and 2, and here we have what? 2 and 1. We have 3 and 2. Then we have 2 and 3. So whatever we're going to get, those will be the coordinates of. So for the first one, we can say this and that. 1 multiplied by 1, this gives us 1. So we're going to have 1. Then, so it's like for the first ones, we'll just be getting all these because this one will give us a 0, isn't it? So we're going to have 1. Then here we'll have 2. You'll have 3. Then here we'll have 2 again because of the 0. And the second thing now, we can say this 3 multiplied by 1, that is 3. So we have 5. This is going to give us 6 plus 1. We have 7. Then this is going to give us 9 plus. Then we have, okay. This is going to give us, okay, 3 multiplied by, we're going to get 9 plus, so this will give us 11. Then 3 multiplied by 2 to give us 6 plus this one, give us 9 here. Okay, so these are the coordinates that we're going to get. Okay, so after we have multiplied, these are the coordinates that we are going to get. These are the coordinates that we're going to get for A2, going to have 1, 5, and for B2, we're going to have 2, 7. For C2, we're going to have 3, 11, and for D2, going to have 2, 9. Okay, so these are the coordinates. These are the coordinates that we are supposed to find here, and we get 3 marks for just doing this. Then we are taught to draw and label quadrilateral. Okay, so we'll be using these coordinates now. I'll be using those coordinates now. So the A2 is 1, 5. A2 is 1, 5. Okay, 1, 5 is this point here. Okay, then this is our A2 here. Okay, then our B2 is 2, 7. B2 2, 7. 2, this is our B2. Then our C2 is 3, 11. 3, where? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is our C2. Then our D2 is 2, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is our D2. Okay, so let's see what we are going to have. Okay, so this is what we're going to have. We'll do that. So then we can move on to the next question. Okay, we can now move on to the next question and the last question of question 7. And the question reads, quadrilateral A3, B3, C3, D3 has those vertices, okay? Those are the vertices there. So we need to plot first so that we can clearly see where it is, isn't it? So let us plot. Okay. So the A3 is -2, -4. -2, -4. This point. This is our A3. And then our B3 is -4, 2. -4, -2. This point here. Okay. This point here. Then C, it's what? Oh, -6, -4. This point here. Okay. Then the last one, which is D, let's see, -4, -6. -4, -6. So this is D3. Okay, then this was our A3. This will be our B3. This will be our C3. Okay, so we can join. Okay. Okay, so this is what we're going to have when we join. This is what we're going to have when we join. This is what we are going to have when we join. Then we can now look at the next question. What does this question say? Describe fully the transformation which maps quadrilateral ABCD onto quadrilateral A3, B3, C3, and D3. Okay, so of course when you look at this, okay, this quadrilateral has been enlarged here. Okay, so this is an enlargement just. This is enlargement. So DC, see here we can say this is the enlargement. Okay, enlargement. Then the center of enlargement is what we need to find, and the scale factor, because when we need to state these. Please, you write these things in for center of enlargement, scale factor. So for the center of enlargement, what do? We pick one point on the image and join it to its corresponding side. I mean on the object and join it to its corresponding side on the image. So like this one, we'll pick A and join it like this one. Again, we can also pick the other one, which is B and B. We join them like this. Where are they meeting? You can clearly see that they're meeting at the center, isn't it? At the origin, or 0, 0. So here we can say the center of enlargement is 0, 0, which is the origin. Then for the scale factor, we can look at one side. Okay, we can pick, for instance, if you look at the gradient of A, okay, let me just say to move like from A to B. Okay, like I want to find the distance, just the horizontal distance. Okay, I'm just using like the horizontal distance from A to B. From A to B here. Okay, from A to B here. This is 1. I mean, this is 2, isn't it? It's 2 centimeters from A to B here. So this is going to be 2. That is on the image. From, I said the horizontal distance from A3 to B3. It's 2 here. This is 2 centimeters. Then we do the same thing on the object from A horizontal distance from this point to this one. This is going to give us 1. So when we divide, what do we get? We're going to get 2. But take note that when the center is in the middle of the object and the image, the scale factor is a negative. The scale factor is a negative. So our scale factor here is going to be equal to -2. Our scale factor will be equal to -2. So as far as I'm concerned, we have handled this question fully, and we can go to the next question, which is question 8. Okay. So we are on question 8, which is from statistics, and it reads: the frequency table below shows the number of copies of newspapers allocated to 48 newspaper vendors. Okay, there's the frequency table. Then A, calculate the standard deviation. Calculate the standard deviation. So what are we supposed to do in this case? So what we are supposed to do here is, this is grouped data. And this grouped data, it has got like a class interval. We're given the range from this point to this point. So as you may know, the formula here, we use the table. We use the table that is appropriate. In this case, so we're going to have the first part. We're going to call it the midpoint. Okay. And this midpoint is what we're going to call X. Then the second part is where we're going to have the frequency, which will be our F. Then for the third column, we shall be multiplying frequency by X, which is the midpoint. Then here, we'll be squaring our X. Then the last part now, we'll be finding the product of F and X squared. So I'm going to demonstrate the first 2 parts, and then I'll ask you to finish the rest. Okay? You pause the video and finish the work. Okay? So I said, in this case, when you've got this kind of a table, this part, you start from here. We may not need to show the class interval. So you say, we need X. Well, our X is the midpoint of these 2. So you add these 2 here. 25 plus 30. What do we get? This is going to give us 55. And that 55, we want the midpoint. You divide it by 2. Use your calculator. This is paper 2. So when you get it, when you divide by 2, you are going to get 27.5. Okay? Then I'll go on. What is our frequency? Our frequency here is 5. And what do we have this part? F, which is 5 multiplied by X. What is our X? 27.5. Multiply. Can you multiply this? What do you get? Punch your calculator. What are you going to get? Okay. Let's use our calculator here. So we have 27.5 multiplied by 5. Okay, so this is what we're going to get. We're going to get 137.5. Okay. Then the next part here is X squared. This is X squared, okay? Where's our X? X is the middle point. X is the middle point. So you say, again here you say 27.5 squared. What do you get? So write the same thing here. 756.25. Now take note that this is our x squared, okay? Take note that this is our x squared. And this same thing, don't remove it on the calculator, leave it there. This same thing is what is the x squared here. And this is what we need to multiply by f. This is what we need to multiply by f. So this thing is already, x squared is already on the calculator. So just multiply it by what? Multiply this by f. So what is our f? Our f is 5. Then we write here 3781.25. We repeat this process again. Here. We do the same thing here. 30 plus 35, then you divide by 2. What are you going to get? This is going to give you 32.5. Then what is the frequency? The frequency is 4. Then you multiply these two. Okay? Can you multiply these two? What are you going to get? Use your calculator. You're going to get 130. Then here, you do the same thing that I demonstrated. Do the same thing. You square this one. That is what you're going to write here. Okay? You square this one. So, let's do that. This is going to give us 32.5 squared. Okay, so we're going to get 156.25. Then multiply this one by, now 4. Multiply this one by 4. What are you going to get? This is what you are going to get. 4225. Okay, this is what you're going to get. So you repeat the process. So what I want you to do, repeat the whole process. Repeat the whole process up to the end. Then after you've done the whole thing, you find the summation of f, and you also find the summation of, meaning you add everything that will be here, and the last part here. Then you see, you compare with what I'm going to get. If the totals that we're going to have here will be the same, you do that. Okay? So if you have done it well, these are the figures that you're going to have. These are the values that you are going to have here. These are the values that you are going to have. Okay, these are the values that you're going to have. Then the totals. Now, these are the totals that you're going to have. So take note now that we need to find the mean, x bar. As we find the standard deviation, this is something that we need just to get. So x bar is equal to the summation of x and summation of f. So this is 20, 45, then divided by. So let's use our calculators and see what we're going to get here. Let's use our calculators and see what we're going to get. We have 20.45 divided by 48. So this, you write it in full. 42.604166667. Write this whole thing in full. Then after you've done this, your job is very easy. And remember that the formulas are given here. So we are going to pick this formula. The second one, this one, is what we're going to use. Okay? So this is the formula that we're going to use here. So the formula now will be the square root of summation of fx, put this in brackets, summation of f minus x bar. So we go on to say, open brackets, what do we have here? The summation that we got is this must be divided by 48 minus, you write this whole thing, 60,416,667 squared. Don't forget to square. Then close your brackets and then get your answer. So if it's on our calculator, this is what we're supposed to do. Square root is this one, in open brackets, we write 90150 divided by 48 minus, right now, 42.60416667 squared, close brackets. This is what we're going to get. So if you want, you can first write it in full, the whole thing, okay? But if you know how to round off, you can write these correct three significant figures, which will be 7.94. Say 3 got figures. This is what is going to be our answer here. Okay, so then we go to part B. Okay, so B, okay, B here we are told answer this part of the question on a sheet of graph paper. Use the information in the table above. Copy and complete the cumulative frequency table. So we copy this one on our graph paper, on top of the graph paper. Okay, come and copy this one on our graph paper. Okay, so here, okay, we copy this right here. Okay, we'll copy the table as it is. Okay, this one, I mean this one here. Then there is copy and complete, so we need to complete this. So this is a cumulative frequency table. So look at where we are. We are on 50, isn't it? There is 50 here, and we also have 50 here. So we from 45, that's where it ended. So we need to add this 12 to this 27. This 12, you need to add it to this one. That's what you're going to get here. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, this is what we're going to get, isn't it? So we write our 39 here. Then the next one, this 8, we add it to this 39 plus 8. What are we going to get? 47. Then you add the 1, the last one there, give you 48. So you get 1 mark for completing this table. Okay. Then we have a question here that says, now, using a horizontal scale of 2 centimeters to represent 10 newspapers on the x-axis, 4 from 0 up to 60, and a vertical scale of 4 centimeters. So 4 centimeters, we need to take 2 of these, because 1 is 2 centimeters. So 4 centimeters will mean this. So this will be, if this is 10, 20, this will be 10, 20, 30, it goes on like that. So that's what we are supposed to do. So this is what we are supposed to do, like this. This is 10, this side, 2 centimeters, 10, this side, 4 centimeters, 10, up to 50. Okay. Then after that, now we need to start, we need to plot using these coordinates. The first one is 25,0. Okay. The first one is 25,0. Our 25 is somewhere here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 0. And the second one is what? 30, 5. Okay. So I'm sure you know that now our 5 is this one, isn't it? Our 5 is this one here. Okay. This is our 5. Then we go to 35, 9. Okay. So 35, 9. 35, 9. 35 is the middle of this one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we go 9. This one here is our 9 there. Okay. Then 40, 16. 40, 16. This is our 15. 16. So 16 is here. Then we have 45, 27. So 45, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 27. This is 25, 26, 27 here. Then 50, 39. 50, 39. 50, 39. Oh, this is supposed to be 55. This is supposed to be 55 here. So 50, 39. So this is going to be here. Then 35 and 55, 47. Okay, so this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is where we have our 55. Then 47. This is 46. And then 47 is here. Then 60, 48. 60, 48. This one. Okay. Then we join, like the question is saying. So we join this nicely. Okay. We join them. Join. Okay. Okay, so this is how we are supposed to have it. This is how we are supposed to have it. Okay. Goes on like that. Then we come to the question. Last one, which says, showing your method clearly, use your graph to estimate the 50th percentile. Okay. So here, this is what B Roman numeral 3. So 50th percentile is 50 over 100 multiplied by the total number of the newspaper vendors. Okay. Which is 40. 8. Okay, what do we get? Okay, what do we get? We're going to get 24. So then this 24 is not the final answer. This 24 is what will help us now to lead to the answer. So this is 25. So 24 is below here. So we need to draw a straight line. So on 24 we draw a dotted line up to the curve. Then we drop this curve down here. Okay. That's what we're supposed to do. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 44. So the 50th percentile is equals to 44. Now, as you may know, this part here, okay, this part here is our Y, which is the number of what? Vendors. This is the number of vendors. Then this one is the, like, you can say even copies of, or number of newspapers. Okay, so what we've gotten here is a number of newspapers. So basically this is what we're supposed to find, and that is our answer. Okay. Okay, so we come to question 9. Question 9 reads, the diagram below shows the graph of y is equals to 3 cubed plus x squared. Y is equals to x cubed plus x squared minus 5x plus 3. Okay, so that is that. Then this is the graph, which is already done. I hope it's clear. I hope and believe that it's clear. Okay, this is what we have here. Okay, then now we have questions here. Use your graph to calculate an estimate of the gradient of the curve at the point 2, 5. Now, alternatively, what we can use is just to differentiate, because what we just want is the gradient. So we're going to say 9a1. So we first say let's differentiate, find dy dx, the derivative of this function. How do we differentiate it? So this is going to be 3x squared plus 2x minus 5. Okay, this is more accurate. Then the point is what? 2, 5, isn't it? So this is the gradient function. So to find the actual gradient, where there is the x, we can put 2. So this is going to be 2 squared plus 2 minus 5. So this is going to give us 4 here. So this will be 12 plus, what are we going to have here? This is going to give us 4 minus 5. So what do we get here? This gives us what? 16, isn't it? Minus 5. What do we get? We get 11. So 11 of our gradient. More accurate? Okay. We go to the other part. Roman numeral 2. We are saying to solve the equations, the first one. Okay, look at the first one. So the first one is very simple. Y is equals to 0. Y is equals to 0. Where there is y, we have a 0. So we are looking at the equation where y is equals to 0. So y is equals to 0 along the what? The x-axis. So we're going to get the x values here. So we're going to get the x values here, where y along the x-axis here, y is equals to 0. So the first one is -3, or the other one is positive 1. Okay, those are the answers that you're going to expect there. Okay, those are the answers that you're going to expect. Then the second one now, the second one, which has got, this is y is equals to 0, so this one is like y is equals to 5x. So y is equals to 5x. So we need to find this. We need to plot, to write this here. Okay, so I can say y is equals to, I need to come up with a table of coordinates here. So I can start with, okay, we need to use the coordinates that we are given. It's very important, they can guide us. So if I want, I can start with negative, I can start with even negative 3. Let me use negative 3, and the positive 3, just these two. So if y is equals to negative 3, if x is equals to negative 3 here, what will be my y? My y will be negative 15. And if my x is equals to positive 3, what will be my, it will be positive. So I'll use these two to plot. So negative 3, 15. Okay, you can try to find that. Negative 3, 15. Negative 3, 15. So this is our 10 here. So we can count now from our 10 here. We can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is where we have our 15. Then we also do the same thing this side. This is our 10. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. Our 10 is here. Then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is where we have. So we try to join. We join these 2 points. Okay. We join these 2 points here. We join these 2 points like this. Okay. So now this is the equation, which is y is equals to 5x. So now we want the x coordinates where these 2 meet here. These. We just want the x coordinates. Okay. So what are the x coordinates? That's what we're just going to get. So when you look at this one here, you can count from 3. This is 1, 2. Or we can count from here. Okay. Our 3 is here. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have negative what? Negative 3.8. That is one of them. The second one is this one here. The second one is this one here. So you can look at it. This. Okay. This is 1, 2, 3. Okay. So this is 0. This is 0.3. 1, 2, 3. This is 0.3. Okay. We can also say x is equals to 0.3. That is positive there. And the last one is this point here. What is the x coordinate? This is our 2 here. Say 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So it's 2.4. 2.4. So this is going to be also x is equals to 2.4. So this is what you're expecting to find here. These are the values that you're expecting to find there. And the first one will give you this one. Okay. Then we have another question here which says calculate an estimate of the area bounded by the curve where x is equals to 0. Okay. x is equals to 0, x is equals to 0, okay, y is equals to 0, and okay, x is equals to -2. So x is equals to -2, it's this area here, isn't it? Then x is equals to 0 again, it's this part. Then y is equals to 0. So we are looking at this part here. We are looking at this part here. I don't know if you are able to see it. This is the part that we are looking at, just this one. Okay. This is the part that we are looking at, this one. So it will depend now on what kind of a formula that we must use here. To depend now on what kind of a formula that we must use. So if you want, we can take the first one here, this one. We take this one as a rectangle here, okay? We take this one as a rectangle, this part that I've shaded, okay? We take this one as a rectangle and then see what we're going to get. So if we get this one as a rectangle, like I've said, then I also want us to have another rectangle here. The more you divide this thing, the more accurate will be your answer. Okay? So I'll start with this one. So the rectangle that I'm talking about here is where I'm getting something like this. So what do I have here? Here I just have 1 from this point to this one. Then going up you can count. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 there. So this is like 8. Okay. Then again, I was saying here we can pick a smaller triangle here at the bottom. You can pick a smaller triangle which is like this. So from here up to here it's 1. Then going up 1, 2, 3. So we can pick 3 here. Then now we have a triangle there remaining. And this triangle remaining from here up to this, which is the base is 1. Then the height is 1, 2, 3, 4. And pick 4 here. Okay, so we can use these 3 shapes here. Now, you know, for a rectangle, we multiply this by this. What we get? We get 8. Then this one, we also do L multiplied by B. Even this one, we do the same thing. What we get? To be 3. Then this one, you know, a rectangle, a triangle, we say 1 over 2 multiplied by base multiplied by, so this is going to be 1 over 2 multiplied by base, which is 1. So this will be 4 here. Into that is 2. So this will be 2. So when we add this, what we get? Okay, this is going to give us 10. So we have 13. So we're going to have 13 units squared, because this is our area, 13 units squared. So that is what we're going to get there. Okay, now we have question B. Okay, we have question B under the same type, which says find the equation of the tangent to the curve at the point where x is equals to. So the first thing that we're supposed to do here, to find the equation, we need the coordinates, the y coordinate, the x coordinate and the y coordinate. And also we need m, which is the gradient. So already we know what our x is. What is our y? So to find our y, we can slot in this 2 where we have x here. So we can say our y is equals to 2 squared minus 3, 2 minus 4. This is going to give us what? 4 minus 6 minus 4. Am I right? This is going to give us 4 minus 6 minus 4. Okay, so then this is going to give us what? Negative 6. So then we have found negative 6 here. Okay, we have found negative 6 here. Then after this, now we need to find our m, which is the gradient. So how do we find this one? We need to find the derivative of this one. We need to differentiate it. Say dy dx. So what are we going to get? This will be 2x minus 3. Okay, you have to differentiate this one. I'm sure you are familiar with differentiation. 2x minus 3. Then to find the actual gradient, now where we have, we put what? 2 here. So it will be 4 minus 3. Our gradient will be 1. Our gradient will be 1. Are we together? So to write now the equation of the tangent, write the equation of the tangent, we say y minus y1 is equals to mx minus x1. So y minus the y coordinate, which is a plus there, which is a minus, and this minus, it will be a plus. This is equals to 1x minus 2. This will be y plus 6 is equals to x minus 2. Y will be equals to x minus 2 minus 6. And x is equals to x minus 8. So this is what is going to be the equation of the tangent, or you can write it as this one. Okay. So we come to question 10. Question 10 reads, question 10a reads, in a triangle PQR, QR is 36.5, angle PQR is 36 degrees, and the angle QPR is 40. Okay, so look at the type of a triangle that we're given. Look at the type of a triangle that we're given. We have got 2 angles given, and one side is also given. And for me, what I would advise, and what I always advise, is that in this case where you're given the 2 angles, even before you begin to work this thing out, find the third angle. Find this third angle. How do you find it? Because you know that these angles in a triangle, 3 angles in a triangle add up to what? Add up to 180. So you say minus, what do you have? 46 minus 36. So you're going to remain with 98. So you write this angle 98 here. Okay, so I've come up with a sketch so that we do not deaden the question paper. So this is 98. Then now we can go on and write the question. Calculate PQ. Calculate PQ. PQ, which is this one. Calculate PQ, this one. So when you look at this one, it is sine rule that is going to work here. Sine rule is what is going to work. Okay? So, in fact, you've seen that this angle that we have found is the angle that we need to use here. Now, for sine rule, the other angle that you are going to use, of course, we need this angle here. So, I'm going to say PQ is the same as R, small capital, small letter. Then we say sine. Okay? This side is the same as PQ. Then the other side that we're going to have here, it should have both the side and the angle. So that case is going with the P and sine P. So this PR, this R is what we are looking for here as what? As PQ over sine 98. This is equals to P is what? 36.5 over sine P, which is this angle here. Where it's coming from? 46. Then we can cross multiply here. So have PQ multiplied by sine 46 is equals to sine 98 multiplied by 36.5. Now remember we want this one, so you divide both sides by sine 46. Sine 46. So you have PQ is equals to, you punch these on the calculator and see what you're going to get. Sine 98 multiplied by 36.5 divided by sine 46. Okay, so this is what we're going to get. And when you round these two, three significant figures, we're going to get 50.2. Say 3 significant figures. This is what we're going to get here. Okay. Then we come to the other angle. It says the area of the triangle. The area of the triangle PQR. PQR. So we have known this angle here. I mean, we have known this side. It's 50.2. Okay. 50.2. So now we can, you know that for area, we're going to say 1/2, which is the same as 0.5, multiplied by these two sides here that put this angle in between. So these two sides are what? 50.2 multiplied by 36.5 multiplied by sine of this angle here, which is what? 36. Okay. So I'm going to say 0.5, meaning that half, multiplied by 50.2 multiplied by 36.5 multiplied by sine 36. Okay, so what do I get? I'm going to get 538.4994589. You round off this, what are you going to get? You can get it as what? 538. Okay, meters square meter. That is what we are going to get here. Okay, then we move on now to the next one, which is the shortest distance from R to, okay, so the shortest distance, we use the formula h, which is shortest distance, divided by base. So this one we can multiply by this area, which is not rounded off, which is 534994589 divided by the base. And the base, which is this one, although it's rounded off, let's say 5. Okay, so that's what we're supposed to get. So you do this thing on your calculator and see what you're going to get. Okay, so we are going to get what? 21.5 meters. That's what we're going to get here. Okay, so we go to this question. Go to 10B. Okay, so in this case, we are given from 0 up to, we are looking at 0, 90, 180, 270, back to 36. So we are considering all the 4 quadrants. Okay, so we have to first find this angle here. Okay, we have to first find this angle here by saying this value here. We're going to say sine theta is equals to 0.6792. So Okay, we can take this as this one here, just the value of this, like alpha. Okay, so we're saying this is equals to sine inverse 0.6792. Then we punch this on our calculator. The inverse of sine 0.6792. What are we getting? Okay, we're going to get, for the angles, you round off to, so this gives us 42.8 degrees. Now we look at where sine is positive. Okay, sine is positive in the first and third quadrant. So to find the value of theta now, we're going to look at where sine is positive. So sine is positive in the first quadrant, so this one will be one of the answers. And also in the second quadrant, so in the second quadrant, this is our second quadrant, so we'll be looking at where this is. So we want this whole thing, so we'll subtract this one again from 180. Subtract this one from 180, and what are we going to get? So say minus 180 degrees. So like this is going to give us, or give us 137.2. Okay, 1.7.2. That's what we're going to get, degrees. Okay, take note of this. Okay, so we come to question C, which is this question here. So what are we supposed to do? So we can say P squared Q 3 over 4 multiplied by 8 over P Q. Then I can change, take note, this is like over 1, so I can change this into multiplication. Then we say 1 over 2 P squared and Q, like this. Okay, like this, it will be better. So we can now start considering the, so when you look at on top here, the entire denominator, for the p's, we have p squared, and here we also have p squared, so we can do this one and this one. Okay, is that clear? When you look at 8, also when we multiply, you can say this into this one, it's 2. This 2 and this 2, that dies. Now take note here, we still have Q, and this one it's also Q. So we can say this Q and this Q here will remain with just one Q. Okay, so everything here has reduced to 1 apart from Q. So you have Q over P. This P here is also still there. So this is what is going to be our answer. Okay, this is what's going to be our answer here. So we go to question 11. Okay, so question 11 reads, answer this question on a sheet of graph paper. And the question itself reads, Makwebo prepares 2 types of sausages, Hungarian and beef, daily for sale. She prepares at least 20 Hungarian and at least 10 beef sausages. She prepares not more than 160 sausages altogether. Okay. The number of beef sausages prepared are not more than the number of Hungarian sausages. All right. A, given that X represents the number of Hungarian sausages and Y represents, okay, write the 4 inequalities which represent, okay. So the first thing that we're supposed to do now in this case is to assign variables. Okay, so this one is equals to Hungarian and Y is equals to beef. Okay, so we write the first one is she prepares at least is minimum, so at least 40 Hungarian. So this is one of the inequalities here. Then the second one also, there is at least 10 beef sausages. Okay, then she prepares not more than altogether. So when we add x plus y, this must not exceed the 160. Okay, and then the number of beef sausages, which is y, are not more than, so they can either be equal to, less, the number of beef sausages are not more than, so they should be less or equal to. So these are the inequalities here, 4 of them, 1 2 3 4. So using a scale of 2 centimeters to represent 20 sausages on both axes, draw the x and y axis for, that is from 0 up to 160 on both respectively, and shade the unwanted region to show clearly the region where the solution of the inequalities must lie. Okay, so this is what we're supposed to do. 0 here, 2 centimeters, 20 up to 160 on both. Okay, and then take note that you need to make sure that you write our inequalities here. This is 40, y, this is 10, we have x plus y, which is 160, then the other one is y, that's all. That is what we're supposed to have here. Okay, so after we've done this, now we need to come and draw these. So we can start with x is equals to 40, which is this one here. Okay, on the x, draw just like this. Okay, now we want the greater part. So the unwanted region is this one, which is this side. This is what we are supposed to shade here. Shade this. And the second one is y is equal to 10. Y is equal to 10. So 10, I'm sure you know it's here. Oh, so this is 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. This is where we are. So we also do the same thing. This, in terms of an equation, don't forget, this is x is equals to 40. In terms of an equation, this is y is equals to 10. Then we are shading the unwanted region, which is below here. Shading this part. Okay. Then we have the other part, which is what? We have the other part, which is this one here. So this one we need to come up with the coordinates x and y. So when x is equals to 0 here, we put 0. When x is equals to 0, y will be 160. When y is equals to 0 here, x will be 160. Okay, so meaning we are looking at these 2 points, 0, 160 and 160, 0. Then we join like this. From that point, this one, straight. Okay, this. Then which region do we want? The less is what we want. So we shade the unwanted region, which is this one, the one that is above. Shade this region, the one that is above. Okay, then the other one which we have is this one. So y is equals to x. What does this mean? If x, it could also be x is equals to y. If x is equals to 0, then this is also 0. That's what it means. If x is equals to 20, this one is also 20. If x is equals to 100, then this one is also 100. So it's actually this this one here, where the coordinates are the same. 20, 20, 100, 100, you see? That is there. So we can draw straight like that. Okay? And take note, what part do we want? We want the less. So you shade this upper part, which is the unwanted region. Okay, so we have the region. This is the region where the solutions must lie. This is the region where the solutions must lie. Then we have the question here now that says C. The profit on the sale of each Hungarian is 3 kwacha, and on each beef sausage is 2 kwacha. How many of each type of sausages are required to be prepared to make maximum profit? So we're going to say profit is equals to 3x plus 2y, because this is per sausage, per Hungarian sausage sold, there will be 3 kwacha made, and then per beef sausage sold, there will be, so this is the profit function. Okay, so now to determine what could be the maximum profit, we need to get the coordinates from the corners, let me call them corners, of our unshaded region. Okay, so for instance, this one, to start with this one, this is going to be like, this is 40, 10. So I can write this one here, say 40, 10. I can move to the second one, which is this one here. It's 40, 40, 40, 40. I come to this one here, which is what? 80, 80. 80, 80. And the last one is this one here, which is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 145, 145, 10. Okay. Then now, remember, this is our X and this is our Y. X representing number of Hungarian sausages and the Y represents the number of beef sausages. So we need now to begin to slot these in. We say like 3 multiplied by X coordinate, which is Z. Then you say 2 multiplied by what? The Y, which is 10. Let's use our calculator and see what we're going to get here. Let's do all these up to the end. Let's do that. Okay. So this is what you're going to get if you have correctly done your work. You slot in all these. So to answer this question, how many of each type of sausages are required to be prepared to make maximum profit? So you look at the combination that gave us the highest amount. So we had the 145 of Hungarian sausages and the 10 beef sausages. So that is what you're supposed to say. So to maximize profit, Hungarian sausages, that is to maximize profit, you can say you need 145 of Hungarian sausages and 10 of beef sausages. Okay, that is that question there. Then this other one is already answered. Calculate this maximum profit. So this maximum profit, this part which is like D, the maximum profit is the same highest amount that is here, which is 455. Okay, so this is how we are supposed to answer this question, and I'm sure we have correctly answered everything. That is what you are supposed to find. So thank you very much. Let's go to the last question. Okay, so we have question 12a. The figure below is a cone ABC from which BCXY remained after the small cone AXY was cut off. Take pi as 3.142. Okay, so given that e x is equals to 4 centimeters, d b is equals to 12 centimeters, and d from d up to e is equals to 15 centimeters. Calculate the height. Okay, calculate the height AE, this one here. So what are we supposed to do in this case? So what we are supposed to do here, we have okay, this part and this other one here. So this is 15, this is 12, this is 4. So we can take this other part here as x, a and x. Okay, not to confuse it. Oh, this is, yeah, let's take this as x. So now look at it like this. When we are looking at the radius, okay, look at the radius. We are going to use like ratios here. So the radius from the smaller cone here, we're considering the smaller cone, is what? Is 4. What is the radius from a bigger cone? It's 12. This must be equal to, what is the perpendicular height for the smaller cone? This is x. What is the perpendicular height for the bigger cone from here up to the end? It will be 15 plus x. Okay? It will be 15 plus x. So we can simplify this part as 1 over 3. This is equals to x over 15 plus x. When you cross multiply, you're going to have what? 3x is equals to 15 plus x. Okay? Are we together? We're going to get this. Then, when you want now to find the value of x, you're going to say x minus 3x minus x is equals to 15. This will give us 2x is equals to 15. So x, we divide both sides, it will give us, okay, that's what we are going to get. Okay, this is what is going to be the value of x. Okay, this is what is going to be the value of x. This is what is going to be the value of x. So this is what is going to be the value of. Then now we do the other part, which is the volume. Okay, find the volume. So like what we are remaining with is a frustum. So a frustum, it's very easy. We always use the formula pi okay. So this is the radius of a bigger base, and this is the radius of the top part. So we are going to say this is going to be our 3.142 now multiplied by height. Now take note, height is 15 here. We're just looking at this part now. So 15, we can divide 15 by 3. What are we going to get? We'll get 5. So I'm writing 5 in advance, so you should know we have divided 3 into 15. That's where that 5 is coming from. Then we say, what is it? That is 12 there, squared, plus, what are we getting? 4 squared plus 12 multiplied by 4. Then we ask our calculator to do the work. Just get your calculator and punch. Let's see what we're going to get. So we can say 3.142 multiplied by 5 open brackets 12 squared plus 4 squared plus, what do you get here? When you multiply these two, what do you get? They'll give you 48, isn't it? Close brackets. Okay, what are we getting? So this is going to give us 3267.68. So when we write this one correct to 3 significant figures, we get, okay, centimeters cubed. This is what is going to be our volume. So that is going to be our volume, and that is our answer. So we go to the last question. Okay, so this is B, question B. Okay, let's read question B and answer it. Okay, so we have these points P. Okay, is the points we have got 8 degrees north and 10 degrees east. Q, we have 80 degrees north, 70 degrees east. And the R, we have 85 degrees south, 70 degrees east. Then S, we have 85 degrees south and the 10. So when you look at this, for the latitudes, okay, for the latitudes, when we sketch this, you look at the, if you want, you can look at the latitudes. The latitudes, we have 8 degrees north, and the 85. So 80 degrees north, we can sketch it here. Okay, then we can also do the other one here, which is 85 degrees. Okay, then for these are for the latitudes. Then for the longitudes, both of them are east. We have 10 and 75. So we can start with 10, which will be inside, followed by 75. Okay, so this is 80 degrees north and the 85 degrees south. This one is 7 degrees east. This one is it's 10 degrees. So now we're just going by these coordinates. P is what? 80 degrees north and 10. This one. So this is where our P is supposed to be. Then Q is 80. So this is where our Q is coming. Then R is here. Then S is the one that has got 10. So S is supposed to be here. Okay? On there. So what are these? Show these points on a clearly labeled sketch of the surface of the earth. Okay, this is what we have just done. This is what we have just done here. Then find in not commas. Find in not commas the distance. Find in not commas the distance QR. Okay, so for these points that are on the same longitude, we use this formula. Okay, so where's this one is the difference. Okay, the difference in latitude. So this is south and this is north, so we need to add this. So what are we going to get? This will give us 165 over 360 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3, 437. So you punch on your calculator, see what you're going to get. Do on our calculator, divided by 360 multiplied by, this is what we're going to get. Okay, so you can write this whole thing in full if you don't know how to round off before you round off. Okay, so when we round off this to three significant figures, it will end up being 9900. Okay, that's what we're going to end up with. Not go mouse, not go mouse. Okay, but you can first write this whole thing. Okay, then the last part is what? Find the circumference of the circle of the latitude. So find the circumference of the circle of the latitude. So here, the formula that we use is circumference of the circle is 2 pi r cos. We say just x degrees. So this will be 2 pi 3.142 multiplied by r, which is 3437 multiplied by cos. This one, what was it? What latitude was mentioned? 80. So we say 85 degrees. So let's do this on our calculator. What are we going to get? We'll get 40. And when you round off these two three significant figures, it will give us not commas. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and we'll look out for other papers that we have solved. We have done a lot of course. Thank you. Goodbye.